Hey there, and welcome to day 35 of Don't Forget Your Worth, the YouTube channel with a matching podcast titled just the same. I'm Andrea, and I am so ready for the weekend, you guys, that I just want to get this blown through and be on my way. But I think it's a story that you're going to kind of enjoy. I read it on the podcast this morning. Again, just kind of part of a silly little dating series, if there is such a thing. I just found three that had a common theme, if you will, pulled them off of there and decided to roll them out. And they're timely. Like, I sit here and go, this is crazy to me because these were written like 7 years ago, and they're timely, you guys. Like, they're still timeless. And that is amazing because that's the orchestration of the way that the Lord would work, isn't it? It's just kind of funny that way. So this piece is called Expecting Him. And so it begins. I met her best friend for lunch in a small southern suburb, like best, like knew one another since diapers kind of best, finish each other's sentences kind of best, joined at the hip kind of best, right here, right in front of me, Dallas. Ryan says that the kids are all just plain nuts about you, every one of them. They're all just ready to move you all in, she said, with the best drawl I'd heard since hitting the Lone Star just 5 days prior. I laughed while dragging my sweet potato fries around my plate just at the thought of it. His 4, my 3, 7 children? And having a ball I am. I still cannot for anything believe that I am here, that we are doing this, that I am even giving this a shot, that we are even considering such a crazy thing. He loves you, Andrea, he does. I cannot say that I have ever even gotten to see this before. This is the most alive any of us have seen him since Shannon died. I tell you, I've never seen that boy have it this bad. He just loves you. They're easy to love. What is not to love? But my baby ducks. And the tears welled up just at the thought of it. Their dad will likely die young too. Yeah, but that's what I think is so neat. Ryan's kids will have already been through loss. The exact same loss from the exact same tragedy. Only God could do that. You could all heal and thrive together. I know it, but he's alive now, and my children are young. They need to know him and know that they were loved by him. I just trust God. Just trust God, Andrea, and see where it goes, she says. Enjoy it. I stared at my half-eaten plate and lifted my eyes as she spoke again. Now, there is something that I debated telling you. I talked it over with my husband, Jason, and we prayed. And I feel like I didn't want to spoil a good thing, but there is something that you should know. Okay, I said, laughing that nervous little half laugh. You're scaring me now. What is it? Shannon was planning on divorcing Ryan. She died before Ryan ever knew this. Does he know now? I asked, watching her lean back against the booth's leather while crossing both arms across her chest, like, ooh, got that all over with. No, he doesn't. And probably because of the grieving doesn't need to, but we still thought that you should know. I would have wanted to know. But don't let it change anything. Just know that at one point, Ryan could find out. And I don't want it to be a surprise to both of you. I didn't say a thing. I played with the ice cubes at the bottom of my iced tea glass with the tip of my straw, sinking them and watching them rise to the surface. I was in a trance of thought. So much to ask. Nothing to ask. Frozen. Shannon just came to playgroup one day, sat down on the floor bawling, and told us. Like a doctor's appointment with a pediatrician, she had scheduled an appointment with some big divorce attorney. She was sobbing just buckets, and she said she had had it. And then she died, I timelined in utter disbelief. She died within 24 hours of detecting the brain tumor, just from the internal bleeding and swelling. They took her in, and then they all had to say goodbye that same day. The day was just right for him to clean out the office he hadn't touched since her death. I sat on the floor with his toddler son in my lap reading book after Bring Me Another Book. Ryan sat in the center of a stack of paper and sorted and reminisced and held some long enough to read and some just quick enough to trash. "This is weird," he said, and I looked over to see what he was commenting about. He was holding a book whose cover I recognized, but couldn't place from where. A Christian Family's Guide to Divorce. He read the light yellow cover and placed the book behind the book that was under it. How to Blend Your New Christian Family, he read completely flat. "I wonder why she would have had these," he asked, completely knowing that nobody in the room could answer. I just held his little one, not knowing a thing to say. I stopped reading the book about the dinosaur and sat silent because, quote, the elephant had just entered the room, grappling to find his own answer. "Her mother was in the counseling field. I'll bet these are hers," he said. "Breathe in and out. Breathe, right? Ugh. Remember this. Remember this." I knew that I knew that I knew that I would not be able to continue. Once home, Father showed me a vision that cut too close to home. One conversation confirmed it, followed by one cover-up lie, followed by that exasperated, "Okay, you got me," and baby girl. I just knew a door had closed. It was a 2-page letter I worked on into the late hours of the night and sent while he slept. It was loving, it was hard, it was goodbye. I just laughed with my Lord this morning as my eyes opened to a new year. Every morning, he is the first person that I tell, "I love you." I say it aloud, but in whispers and over again. I still do this, you guys. I did it this morning. "I love you. I love you. I love you. And I love you. And I love you. I just love you." And I told him, "Thank you. Thank you in the hard. Thank you for not giving me the what and the who and the where I have always wanted. Thank you for giving me stories." So many great people. So many incredible places. So very many extraordinary stories. Lessons learned, hearts broken, miles traveled, pictures taken, memories that can never, ever be taken. He takes my breath away. This morning he told me he is coming for me. I told him that I hope that I am ready to go. His word says that we are to wait on him with expectation, expecting him, anticipating his return at any time. There is an urgency with that. He wants us ready. He wants us to want other people to be ready. I have not even one clue what 2015 will look like. Not one. But I trust him completely, and he knows that I will be ready. He knows that with every last breath I have in me, I will live my life coming for you to make sure that you and yours will be ready. Ready or not, here we go. I love you. So that is a fun little piece. I'm dying that it looks like it was just the turn of the calendar to 2015, and that's what I mean, is it's like, here I am in 2021. What am I still doing? I am still making it my life for you to know your worth to Christ. Still, just like when you try and figure out, okay, what am I purpose for? What just absolutely makes me come alive? It is you knowing your worth to Christ, for you to know that you are the miracle in his story, and that our stories need to be shared. That's where we find the miracle, is in sharing these stories. And so it's like, I'm going to continue to be obedient to what I'm doing. I mean, this has been, years. And yes, it was time to get these stories up off the paper, right? I've been given so many crazy good stories, you guys. Like, they're not just average little run-of-the-mill, things going on. They're pretty fantastic. They're extraordinary. But it's because I know that the Lord knew I would share them. That's why he has orchestrated and put me through some of these things and some of these people and some of these places. And so I just encourage you to really see the orchestration that the Lord even went through to say, hey, these words still apply today. My big giddy up is for you to know your worth to Christ. Big time. Still my whole giddy up. And it's still what he's doing through sorry, that's blaring, through example and story. So anyway, it is Friday. I am so excited to just get going onto a holiday weekend. It is September. So beginning of the month here, we're at Labor Day. So it's a holiday weekend. I just moved, of course, to a resort town in Colorado. So I'm just watching cars just humming and out. They're all headed up to go play in the mountains, So have a great weekend. I'll be here Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You can count on me. 365 days, you guys. I'm sharing 365 miracle stories this year. So have a great one. Take care. I'll see you then.